stop. Breathe. Stay. Do not scroll. Do not delay. Do not look away. For these next moments, be still. Let nothing pull you from this. My child, I am speaking to you. Yes, you, the one whose heart is trembling and whose eyes have known midnight tears. This is not a video. This is an interruption from heaven. I am Jesus, your Lord, your Creator, your Redeemer. I stand closer than your breath, and I am here now. Heaven has declared an emergency over your life. There is a window open, and it is not open forever. Time is not your master, but this moment has been appointed, carved into your story with care. I am not speaking to everyone. I am speaking to you. The one who has been saying, maybe tomorrow, maybe when I feel ready, maybe when I have more strength. Listen, tomorrow is the enemy's favorite hiding place. Later is where courage leaks out. Delay is the soft bed where destiny goes to sleep. I will not allow you to miss what I have prepared, so I have interrupted you. Do not argue with your fear. Do not try to fix your pulse. Just stay. Let these words enter where the ache lives. I have seen your sleepless nights, your body present but your mind spinning. I have seen you stare at the ceiling and whisper, God, speak to me. Give me a sign. I have watched you carry the heaviness that sits on your chest in the morning like a stone. I have counted the silent tears you wiped before anyone else woke up. I know the decision fatigue, the list that never ends, the questions that loop without landing. I am not distant from it. I am with you in it, and today I speak with clarity. I am not warning you to frighten you. I am pleading to awaken you. These minutes are holy. They are divine. All of heaven leans in. The angels are watching. There is a divine countdown in motion, and each second you remain is a seed of obedience that will bear fruit. My child, this is your sign. This is your answer. This is your rescue, not hype, not noise, not another burden. I am placing a key in your hand. You have postponed something. You have pushed it to the edge of your mind, telling yourself that timing will be better later. You have felt confusion rise like fog around it. You have felt fear tug your hand back from the handle. Listen to me. The door I am speaking about has already been unlocked by my hand. Your hesitation is what keeps you outside. Do not call your delay wisdom when it is simply fear disguised as caution. Do not call it protection when it is prison. I know exactly what you are thinking about right now. I know the conversation you have avoided, the step you have delayed, the paper, the call, the message, the release, the surrender. I know the secret yes you keep swallowing. I know the quiet no you keep whispering to your own future. I see it, and I am not condemning you. I am rescuing you. You say, Lord, why this urgency? Why now? Because I love you. Because timing matters. Because certain doors do not remain in the same place forever. Because the enemy has circled you with confusion, fear, and doubt. And his favorite word to you is later. He will do anything to distract you in this very moment. Another notification, another thought, another chore, so that you drift from the one word that will set you free. Obey. Stay with me. Hold your attention like a shield. Each breath you take in stillness is an act of defiance against the darkness that wants you numb. Feel what is happening in you now, the trembling in your chest, the warmth rising in your spirit, the strange peace settling over the noise. It is me confirming my nearness. I am closer than your breath, and I am not going anywhere. I do not speak to confuse you. I speak to guide you. I do not bring you to the edge of a door to mock your courage. I am the one who strengthens your knees and steadies your hand. If you will stay to the end of this message, I will give you clarity for the step you keep postponing. I will give you peace that holds in the middle of the unknown. I will give you confirmation that quiets the competing voices. Not a feeling that comes and goes, but a key, a simple, clear instruction that turns in the lock and changes the atmosphere around you. Your mind will not have to chase 1,000 maybes. Your spirit will know, this is the way, walk in it. This is my promise to you as you listen. I will straighten what has been twisted, calm what has been storming, and draw a line between yesterday's cycles and today's surrender. Do not say, but I am too tired. I know you're tired. I have carried it with you. Do not say, what if I fail? I am not asking you to succeed in your own strength. I am asking you to say yes now and watch what I do with it. Do not say, what if I heard wrong? I am the shepherd, and my sheep know my voice. You are not an orphan in a storm. Fear is not prophetic. It is protective of your prison. My voice does not trap you. It frees you. My child, place your hand upon your heart and breathe. Receive my nearness. I have waited. I have whispered. I have sent reminders, counsel, and mercy. I have protected you in nights you thought would swallow you. I have turned what should have broken you into the very soil where your faith began to grow. Now, because I love you, I interrupt you, not to shame you, to save you time, to save you heartache, to spare you the cost of another cycle of almost. This is the contract of these minutes. Remain with me, and I will reveal what you need for now. Not 10 steps, not the whole map, but the next faithful step that opens the future I wrote for you. Let the noise be quiet. Let the excuses lose their voice. The window I have opened is here. The hinges will not hold forever, but grace is here now, strong and warm, ready to lift you. Choose to stay, choose to listen, choose to let me lead you from delay into destiny. What you do with this moment matters more than you realize, and I am with you in it. Listen to me, my child. The door you have been standing before, yes, that one, the one you keep circling in your thoughts, I have already unlocked it. You do not need a new key. You do not need more time to think. You do not need to rehearse 1,000 what-ifs to earn the right to step through. The latch has been lifted by my hand. The hinge has already given its first sigh. The opening is here, but your hand keeps pulling back. You touch the handle with a prayer on your lips, and then you retreat with a reason in your mind. You step close when courage warms you, and you pull away when fear chills your stomach. You stand outside making lists, pros and cons, risks and rewards, what others will say, what could go wrong, what you might lose. But hear me, the only barrier left is hesitation. The only wall is overthinking. The only chain is the story you have told yourself about needing perfect certainty before you move. I did not build that cage. Fear did. I did not design that delay. Doubt did. The door is not your problem. Your grip on delay is. You keep saying, after I heal, after I understand, after it gets easier, after I have more money, after I feel less afraid, after they apologize, after I clean up my mess, after I find the perfect plan. My beloved, listen. The river does not begin to flow after you cross. It begins when you step. Peace does not wait on the far side of obedience. It meets you in the middle of it. Clarity does not come while you rehearse your fears. It comes when you move your feet. I am calling you now, not after you fix yourself, not after you impress anyone, not after every variable aligns. Now. You ask, but Lord, why does tomorrow feel safer? Because tomorrow is a mirage that cannot demand anything from you. Tomorrow cannot ask you to surrender. Tomorrow cannot ask you to trust. Tomorrow is the soft couch where you never have to face your trembling. It removes urgency. It cushions discomfort. It stretches obedience until it thins into disobedience. The enemy paints tomorrow with warm colors, so you will keep saying later until later becomes never. He does not need you to rebel loudly. He only needs you to delay quietly. I am not scolding you. I am saving you. I am cutting the cords that keep you tied to almost. Delay is not protection. It is the grip that keeps you outside. You have mistaken the numbness of waiting for the safety of wisdom. You have confused the comfort of planning with the courage of doing. You have told yourself that another article, another conversation, another perfect sign will make the shaking stop. But your shaking is not a signal to wait. It is the sign you are standing where transformation begins. Hear my voice over the noise. Obedience now releases peace. Delay strengthens confusion, fear, and doubt. Each second spent in surrendered yes opens your inner windows to light. Each second spent in bargaining with later invites the fog to thicken. You do not need to feel ready to be ready. Readiness is not the absence of fear. It is the presence of my word in your mouth and my hand on your back. Let me expose the pattern so it loses its power. You feel the nudge. You sense my whisper. You picture the step. Then you run to the echoes of other people's opinions. You rehearse imaginary conversations. You scroll to numb the ache. You rearrange your plans and call it stewardship, but it is sedation. You set small dates in your calendar, and when the day arrives, you move the reminder further out. Later, later, later. My child, later is not your friend. Later is the velvet rope around your destiny. You say, but I do not want to make a mistake. Hear me, the mistake is not moving when I have already made the way. The error is not taking a wrong step. The error is refusing to take one when I am holding the door open. I know how to correct your stride. I know how to close the wrong doors and steady your balance if you stumble. I reserve the right to redirect you, but I will not do your obeying for you. I cannot steer a parked heart. Now put your hand on your chest. Breathe slowly. Do not rush the breath. Inhale my nearness. Exhale the excuses. Whisper with me, Lord, I choose now. Again, let it be the sound of a key turning. Lord, I choose now. Feel how the room shifts when your will agrees with my word. That warmth is not pretend. It is my peace answering your surrender. That softness is not weakness. It is courage without noise. This door might look like a conversation you've avoided, a document you need to open, a number you need to delete, a message you must send, an application that has sat in drafts, a boundary you must set, a habit you must release, a confession you must make, a reconciliation you must pursue, a table you must leave, a table you must finally sit at. You know which one I am pointing to. Do not make it complicated. Simplicity honors me. Obedience honors me. Perfect explanations are not required. A steady yes is. You protest, what if they do not understand? My child, your obedience is to me, not to their approval. What if it costs me? It will cost you more to keep living outside. What if it hurts? Pain is not always a warning. Sometimes it is a doorway where chains fall off as you pass through. What if I don't have the strength? I am your strength. Your job is the yes. My job is the power. I am standing inside the room you have been peeking into through the crack. There is light here that will not blind you. It will heal you. There is order here that will not control you. It will free you. There is peace here that does not numb you. It steadies you. Everything you have asked me for, clarity, courage, direction, has been prepared on the other side of the line your hesitation keeps drawing. Step over, step in, step now. Do not consult fear for advice it is unqualified to give. Do not ask confusion to interpret a map it cannot read. Ask me. Walk with me. Obey me. I am not dangling a prize just beyond your reach. I am inviting you into what I already paid for with my love. I am not threatening you with a clock to terrify you. I am awakening you to the tenderness of timing. Certain doors close, certain seasons pass. But this is open, this is ready, This is yours if you will move. Breathe again. Place your hand upon your heart. Whisper one more time, but with your whole self behind it. Jesus, I choose now. I step through what you opened. Lead me. Let that sentence be your first step. Let that yes be the hinge that swings your life into alignment. Stay with me. Keep your hand from pulling back. Put your weight on the handle. Push. And as you do, feel confusion fall, fear loosen, and the air change. Because the door is already unlocked, and I am waiting just beyond it with peace in my hands. My child, stay with me. We have come to the place where vagueness must end. I am not speaking in riddles. I am not playing with your heart. I am placing my hand gently but firmly on the exact thing you have postponed. It is not blurry to me. Heaven already knows its name, and because I love you, I am calling it into the light. What rises in you when it gets quiet? What do you avoid the moment the room stills? What do you numb with scrolling, with busyness, with small distractions that swallow hours? What do you keep reopening in your mind but never resolve? What appointment do you keep moving? What number do you keep staring at and then put away? What message sits in your drafts? What room in your soul do you keep locking when I come near? Do you feel your chest tighten as I ask? Do you feel the trembling in your hands, the heat at your neck, the flutter in your stomach, the rush of thoughts that try to drown this moment? Listen, this is not weakness, this is confirmation. The shaking is your spirit responding to truth. The pressure is not a threat. It is my hand finding the knot so we can untie it. You are not breaking. You are being brought to the place where the breaking happened so that I can heal it. Say its name to me. Whisper it. If your voice will not come, name it in your heart like a single light turned on in a dark house. Do not be afraid of the sound of it. I already know. I am not exposing you to shame you. I am revealing this because I intend to carry it. I intend to lift it from you. I intend to turn what has been a hiding place for fear into a doorway for peace. Perhaps it is a conversation you have avoided, the apology you owe, the truth you need to speak, the boundary you must set. You rehearse it at night and then you wake and bury it under your day. Or perhaps it is forgiveness you have withheld toward the one who cut you deeply, or toward yourself for failing, for falling, for wasting years. You tell yourself that holding it will keep you safe, but it keeps you bound to the moment of pain. I am inviting you to release it, not to erase the wrong, but to free your future. Maybe it is repentance. You have called it a struggle, then a habit, then a season, then an escape. But in your honest moments, you know it has become a chain. My child, there is no condemnation in my voice, only an open door. Your confession is not a courtroom. It is a hospital. I am the physician. I am not surprised by your wound. I am ready to heal it. Name it and watch how the power of it begins to weaken. Is it a relationship I have been asking you to leave? You hold on because loneliness snarls at the edge of your thoughts. You fear the silence of empty rooms. You fear the opinions of others. But you also know that staying keeps you small, keeps you apologizing for your own light, keeps you far from the person I am forming you to be. My beloved, I will not abandon you to an empty house. I fill rooms with my presence. I guard the path of the obedient. Or is it the calling you keep postponing, the book you are to write, the application you never submit, the ministry you keep saying you are unqualified to begin, the small business you plan and plan but never open, the simple act of serving where I have planted you? You fear starting because you fear failing. Hear me. The failure would be to keep standing outside the life I prepared for you. I know how to train you on the way. Begin and let me build you as you move. Is it prayer itself? Intimacy with me you keep delaying because shame whispers you are not worthy to come close. Return to me. I am not counting the days you stayed away as proof against you. I kept your seat open. I kept your place set. I am easier to reach than you fear. Call my name. We will start again, and it will not be from zero. It will be from the deep place I have guarded inside you all along. Maybe it is returning to the fellowship of my people. Wounds from imperfect hearts made you retreat. You told yourself you are safer alone. But solitude has turned into isolation, and your faith is tired from carrying its own weight. I am calling you back, not to performance, but to belonging. There is a place where your scars will be honored as evidence of survival, not proof of failure. Come home. What do you keep reopening in your mind but never bring to me? The folder on your desk with the document you won't sign. The envelope in the drawer with the debt you fear to face. The text thread you scroll and scroll, looking for a sign to stay when my whisper says go. The bottle you promise will be the last. The secret browser tab you tell yourself you can manage. The calendar reminder you keep moving a week at a time. The story you narrate so well you almost believe it, though your heart aches from the effort of keeping it alive. I am right here, closer than your breath. Speak it, name it, and as you do, feel the war inside lose its volume. You ask, what if naming it makes it too real? My child, it has already been real enough to steal your peace. Bringing it into my light does not strengthen it, it weakens it. Darkness feeds on secrecy, fear grows in silence, but in my presence fear starves and secrets lose their teeth. You say, but what if I do not know exactly which thing you mean? Let me help you. What rises like a lump in your throat when I say, open now? What flashes across your mind when you hear, do it today? What do you wish I had not brought up because you were enjoying the cushion of later? That is the thing. That is the name. That is where obedience belongs. I do not stand over you with a list. I stand beside you with my hand on your shoulder. I am not impatient with your trembling. I am not disgusted by your hesitations. I have watched you fight. I have counted your silent victories. I have preserved your desire for me under layers of dust and delay. I am proud of the tiny yes that still flickers in you. I am here to fan it into flame. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe slowly with me. That heaviness on your chest, you have called it anxiety, and sometimes it is. But right now, it is conviction soaked in love. I do not crush you with it, I guide you by it. That racing of thoughts, you have called it overthinking. But right now, it is the panic of the enemy realizing his favorite weapon of delay is being exposed. Let the thoughts slow, let the breath steady. I am here, I am safe. If you stay with me, I will show you exactly what to do with it, step by step, without panic. I will give you a simple first move, not 10 complicated tasks. I will speak in a way your heart recognizes. I will guide you with peace, not with pressure. Your part is to keep your attention here and your heart open. Do not run back into the fog for comfort. Stay in this clear air with me a little longer. Now, my child, name it again, but this time as an offering. Jesus, this is what I have postponed. Say it, place it in my hands. Imagine its weight leaving your grip. See me taking it, not to throw it back at you, but to carry what you cannot. Hear me say over you, I will not let this crush you. I will not let this rob you. I will shepherd you through this. Feel how the ground under your feet becomes solid when you stop dancing around the truth and stand upon it with me. Some of you are whispering a person's name. Some are whispering a habit. Some are whispering fear. Some are whispering shame. Some are whispering calling. All of these I can hold. None of these disqualify you. I do not build my future for you on your perfection. I build it on my faithfulness, and my faithfulness has not once wavered. This is not exposure to embarrass you. This is light to heal you. This is not a test you can fail. This is a rescue you can receive. This is not me pointing at your weakness. This is me pointing at your exit. My beloved, you are not vague to me. You never were. I have numbered your days, counted your tears, and written promises over your life with care. I know the name of what you postpone, and I know the contours of the peace waiting on the other side. Hold fast. Do not move away from this moment. We will not rush. We will not panic. We will walk this together. In the next breaths, I will begin to unfold the first instructions. I will make the crooked place straight enough for your next step. You will not be alone, not for a second. Keep your heart soft. Keep your yes steady. The thing you have named will not master you. In my presence it will lose its power, and you will walk forward, lighter, clearer, and held. My child, before I place the first instruction in your hand, I must uncover the hand that has been trying to pry it from your fingers. Hear me with sobriety and with hope. The enemy rarely comes with horns and fire. He comes with a sigh and a schedule. He does not always shout, "Do evil." He whispers, "Do it later." He does not throw you into open rebellion. He lulls you into gentle postponement. He does not always break through the door. He steals the minutes by your own permission. One distraction, one small detour, one "I'll get to it" at a time. I have seen the pattern. A notification buzzes just as peace begins to settle. An unnecessary task suddenly feels urgent the moment your heart softens. Your body remembers exhaustion right when courage gathers in your chest. This is not coincidence, this is strategy. The one who opposes your soul studies your rhythms. He learns when you are tender. He waits for when the room is quiet and a holy invitation opens. And then he offers anything, comfort, entertainment, even busy kindness, to move your eyes away for a moment. And if he can have a moment, he will ask for an hour. If he can have an hour, he will ask for a day. If he can have a day, he will weave it into a year of almost. Delay is not passive, it is active erosion. Each time you say later to what I have opened now, fear does not remain neutral, it multiplies. Doubt does not pause, it grows roots. The small step that felt doable this morning becomes a mountain by night. The conversation that was a gentle nudge becomes a courtroom in your imagination. The document that was one click becomes a verdict against your future. The enemy loves to stretch simple obedience until it feels impossible. He paints it with shadows until you can no longer see the door that was clear in the light. This is why I have said, stay, do not look away. The moment you leave, the fog returns. The moment you scroll, your spirit has to swim again through waters I was already calming. Not because I am fragile, but because your focus is your doorway. Treat this attention as warfare. Guard these minutes like treasure. Stay until your spirit settles. Stay until the panic slows and the peace takes the lowest seat in you, like a stone at the bottom of a river. Stay until your yes is not frantic but steady. He will try to sell you a counterfeit peace. He will hand you temporary relief and call it rest. Postponing may feel like exhaling a burden, but it is anesthesia without surgery. You feel lighter for a moment because you set the weight back on the shelf you were meant to clear. Then the ache returns heavier because fear has eaten while you were gone. Relief that trades obedience for comfort always invoices you later with interest. Regret, confusion, and a dulling of your own trust in your ability to follow me. Listen to the mechanics in your inner life. Delay strengthens false narratives. While you wait without obeying, your mind writes stories to justify the waiting. It wasn't God. I need more signs. I'll ruin everything. I'm still too broken. They will mock me. I should be further along for this to count. These lines do not come from my voice. They are the echo chamber built by hesitation. The longer you rehearse them, the more they feel like truth, and the more your courage drains, drop by drop through cracks you cannot see. Courage rarely explodes, it leaks. It leaks through postponements disguised as prudence. It leaks through distractions disguised as helpful tasks. It leaks through exhaustion you exacerbate by numbing yourself at the very hour you should rest in me. The enemy does not need a scandal to stop you. He needs you to agree to be busy and vague. He would rather you keep tidying the outer room of your life while the inner room remains locked. He would rather you be praised for being thoughtful than dangerous in obedience. He would rather you be known for taking your time than known in heaven as the one who moved when I whispered. He is not impressed by your intentions. He is terrified of your immediate surrender. Therefore, I am drawing a line in this moment. My beloved, choose to treat later as a lie. Renounce your covenant with delay. Say with me, I break agreement with later. Feel how the air shifts when you sever that quiet contract. This is not mind over matter. This is truth over schemes. I am not warning you to frighten you. I am pleading to awaken you because I love you. I have seen what delay has cost you. Missed openings that would have healed you earlier. Relationships that could have been restored with one honest word. Years of wondering when a step taken last season would have become a testimony by now. Grace is here to redeem time, but you must stop handing time to the thief. Do not underestimate the exhaustion strategy. He keeps you up scrolling so that when morning light comes, you are too weary to pray, too brittle to trust, too foggy to notice my small instructions. He blurs your edges with late-night noise so that daytime courage feels like a stranger. Let me father you here. Rest is not the enemy of obedience. Avoidance is. Sleep as an act of trust. Put the phone down as an act of warfare. Create a small boundary around this holy space and call it sacred. When you do, the enemy loses his most common doorway to your attention. Now hear my protection spoken over you. I place a hedge around this moment. I quiet the ringing that tries to pull you away. I still the accusation that says, you always fail at this part. I silence the fear that says, you will be punished for choosing. I am Jesus, and I am with you. Under my covering, you are safe to obey. Under my hand, you will not be swallowed by the unknown. I am not leading you to a cliff. I am leading you on a path I have already walked ahead of you. I correct gently. I steady quickly. I rescue gladly. You ask, but Lord, if this is war, will it always feel like strain? No, my child. There is strain at the edge because the gate is narrow and habits resist change. But beyond the threshold, obedience simplifies your life. Decisions become lighter when they are no longer negotiated with fear. Courage returns like strength to a limb you forgot could move. Peace deepens not as an escape, but as the ground you finally stand on. The war is fiercest where you keep trying to keep one foot in my will and one foot in delay. Choose. Let your yes be whole. Stay here. Do not give your eyes to another window. Do not feed the mind with noise while I am feeding your spirit with direction. The moment you leave, the fog will try to meet you at the door. The moment you stay, the fog dissolves beneath my light. You are not powerless. Your attention in my presence is a weapon. Your simple yes is a sword. Your refusal to bargain with later is a shield that will not fail you. And remember this, the enemy can hiss, but he cannot hold the door I have opened. He can suggest, but he cannot shut what I have unlocked. He can annoy, but he cannot annul. Your later is where courage gets stolen. Your now is where I pour strength. Remain with me. Breathe. Feel how your heart steadies under my hand. I am not rushing you. I am rescuing you from the undertow that has pulled you for years. Stay until your spirit knows we are not going back to delay. In the next moments, I will continue to untangle the lie that my silence meant absence. I will show you what your waiting has formed in you, and how it was never rejection, but preparation. But here now, mark this in your soul. Tomorrow is a trap when I have called you today. Guard your yes, guard your gaze, guard this holy ground. I am with you, and under my voice, courage returns. My child, breathe and listen. We will speak gently about what hurt you most, the nights when the room was quiet and you wondered if I had left. I did not. My silence was not absence. It was the classroom where your spirit learned my nearness without noise. It was the midnight where your roots went down when no one applauded. I watched every tear run warm across your face. I counted the sighs that no one else heard. I recorded the restless toss of every night you felt forgotten. You were not invisible to me. You were held in a hidden place while I was shaping you for a moment that is opening now. You asked, Lord, why did the doors close when I was knocking with all my heart? Because some doors were painted to look like safety but opened into rooms that would have stripped you. Some invitations were wrapped in opportunity but lined with compromise. I barred them to save you. I said no to protect the yes I had written over your life. What you felt as denial was often deliverance. I did not let you be hired into bondage. I did not let you marry into a cage. I did not let you build on ground that would swallow your foundation the first time a storm came. I was not punishing you. I was preserving you. You did not know how much would have been demanded of you behind certain smiles, how your soft heart would have been used, how your gifts would have been drained without care. I knew. I stood at thresholds you could not see, and I turned the handle the other way. I watched messages you wanted go unanswered, and I held back your own reply to prevent entanglements that would have delayed you years. I guided the detours. I let some bridges burn because the far side would have broken you. And when the silence grew thick and your chest felt hollow, I was closer than your breath, whispering to the parts of you that words cannot reach. You learned to live without applause in that season. You learned to worship without an audience. You learned to forgive without a witness. You learned boundaries that used to terrify you because you believed love meant you could never say no. I pruned you there. Pruning is not punishment. It is the loving cut that tells a living thing where to send its strength. I pruned your calendar so you could bear fruit in focus. I pruned your friendships so honor could replace flattery. I pruned your dreams so purpose could replace proving. Every loss you surrendered became a room where I planted something truer. You did not waste those years. You think you were stuck. In truth, you were being built. In the valley, you learned the sound of my steps that you would have missed in the crowd. In the cave, where light was thin, your eyes adjusted to notice the smallest flicker of my guidance. In the hidden place, I taught you to distinguish my peace from adrenaline, my presence from performance, my whisper from your own wants. Discernment grew in the soil of delay, and discernment is the guard that stands at the new door, keeping out what would contaminate your next. I was there in the apartment where the walls felt too close. I was there at the kitchen sink where you prayed the same prayer until the words felt like stones in your mouth. I was there in the car parked outside because you could not walk back in yet. I shared your silence not because I had nothing to say, but because I was speaking by holding you. I was speaking by not letting certain things move until your heart could carry them. I was speaking by refusing to answer questions that would have fed your fear instead of your faith. I was speaking through closed doors that redirected you to roads that bring life. You say, "But Lord, I failed, I delayed, I wasted time." Hear me, you are not behind, you are not disqualified. I redeem time with a word. What you call wasted, I have been weaving into wisdom. What you call detours, I have turned into training grounds. The very muscle you feel now, the ability to pause and seek my face before saying yes, That muscle grew in the waiting. The tenderness you carry toward the wounded, that tenderness was born when you learned what it means to ache and survive. The humility that keeps you teachable, that humility formed when the platform did not come and you had to learn to serve unseen. These are not accidents. These are tools forged in fire to open what is opening now. My child, I am Jesus, your Lord, your Creator, your Redeemer. I am not cruel with clocks. I am intentional with seasons. There is a window appointed, and this is one. The training of your last season was designed for a time-sensitive door. Prepared obedience is in you. Prepared peace is resting on you like a mantle you forgot you were wearing. Prepared provision has been arranged in steps, not in a pile. Manna for the day, grace for the moment, favor fitted to each act of trust. I will not overwhelm you with more than you can steward. I will meet you with exactly what your yes requires. Look back with me for a breath, not to grieve again, but to see differently. The breakup that shattered you. Now you can recognize the patterns that would have swallowed your calling. The job that did not call, the one you thought would prove your worth. Now you understand that your worth was never up for hire. The prayer that seemed unanswered. Now you hold another prayer, deeper and truer, and you see how the first would have kept you small. Even your own sins and stumbles brought into my light have become warnings you carry like lanterns for others. I waste nothing surrendered to me. Even ashes can be mixed into soil to feed a garden. I remember the day you said, "If you are here, hold me," and you felt nothing. You thought I ignored you. No, my child. I was holding you the way I hold the earth, so steady that it is easy to forget you are being held at all. I stabilized more than you could feel. I kept you when you did not want to be kept. I shielded your mind when darkness tried to make a home there. I placed people in your path who seemed ordinary, but carried quiet rescue. I steadied your steps when despair tried to quicken them toward foolishness. You are here because I have been here. Now lift your eyes. The silence has done its work. It carved out room for wisdom, for patience, for a love that knows how to stay without losing itself. It built the strength that will carry responsibility without resenting it. It taught you the geography of my heart so that crowds and noise will not confuse you in the days ahead. This is why the door is open now. This is why the timing matters. Your inner life has been tuned to hear the smallest instruction, and those small instructions are the rails on which your breakthrough will run. You do not need to perform for this moment. You do not need a dazzling plan. You need the same thing that brought you here. A surrendered yes. The waiting was never a verdict, it was an apprenticeship. The world did not see your lessons, but heaven watched your hands learn the craft of trust. Hear my verdict now. You are ready to obey. Not perfect, but ready. Not fearless, but willing. Not finished, but faithful. And that is enough. You ask, what if I step and the pain returns? Then we will meet it together. Pain is no longer your jailer. It is a signal that old wounds are being transformed under stronger light. You ask, what if I don't have the resources? You have what you need for the next step, and the next will meet you when you arrive. You ask, what if I missed it? Look at me. If you could miss me that easily, I would not be a good shepherd. I have been guiding you even in your stumbles, correcting you with gentleness, keeping you from cliffs you never saw. I am calling you forward, today, not to repay me for the waiting, but to receive what the waiting prepared you to carry. You are not behind. You are not an exception I cannot help. You are not the one case that ruins my mercy. You are mine. I am with you in the valley and on the rise. I am the gardener who pruned you to bear much fruit. I am the potter who shaped you in the hidden place, steady and patient until the vessel was strong enough to hold what I am pouring. And now I pour peace into your nerves, clarity into your mind, and courage into your will. Stay with me. Do not look away from this invitation. Let the accusations fall silent. Let the old narratives lose their breath. Let the shame slide off your shoulders like a cloak you forgot you were allowed to remove. Your waiting was not rejection. Your waiting was training. The door is open and the time is now. Take my hand. We step forward together. My child, because your heart is steadying and your hands are loosening, I will place 4 keys in your palm, but they will only fit if you release what you are gripping. Obedience begins with release. What you let go of today determines what can reach you tomorrow. I am not giving you a burden. I am removing the weights that keep your courage from rising. I am Jesus, your Lord, your Creator, your Redeemer, and I am speaking to you in love and authority. Listen. Breathe. Do not look away. First, release control. Let go of your demand to understand the entire map before you take the first step. You have asked for a guarantee that pain will not return, that people will not fail you, that you will not make a mistake. That is not faith. That is a contract your fear is trying to make with the future. I am not asking you to leap into darkness. I am giving you enough light for the next step. That is how I have always led my beloved, step by step, breath by breath. You have turned understanding into an altar and set your peace upon it. But peace does not live there. Peace lives in my presence, in the place where you trust that I see what you cannot. Control has been a false shelter, a scaffolding around your heart that blocks the wind but also blocks the sunrise. Take it down. Release the need to negotiate with every possible outcome. Choose the simplicity of, yes, Lord, when the next inch is bright and the mile is still unknown. Your mind says, tell me why. My love says, take my hand. My child, I am not leading you to a cliff. I am walking you across a bridge you cannot see from the shore. The bridge appears beneath your feet when you move. Second, release the version of yourself that survived. Honor them, bless them, and then let them rest. Survival taught you vigilance, creativity, resourcefulness. It taught you to stretch a day's worth of strength into a week. It taught you to smile while your heart was breaking because you believed breaking in public would drown you. That version did holy work. They kept you breathing. They kept you from giving up. But survival is not your ceiling. It was your floor. The tools that saved you in famine can starve you in harvest. Hypervigilance that kept you safe can make you suspicious of every joy. Isolation that spared you from harm can block comfort when I send it. Proving yourself kept you moving when shame barked orders, but it will exhaust you when I call you to rest while being loved. Speak kindly to that inner survivor. Thank you for carrying me. Your watch is over. Then step forward as the one who can plant, build, and receive. You are not meant to live forever in emergency mode. I am shifting you from surviving to stewarding, from guarding every exit to walking freely through the front door I have opened. Let the armor that once saved you become the testimony that strengthens others, not the uniform you must wear to feel safe. Third, release the need for human permission. You have waited for a certain voice to affirm you, a certain leader to notice you, a certain family member to finally say, I see it. You have postponed obedience until someone you respect mirrors back what I already planted. Counsel is wisdom. Permission is not required when I have spoken. I am not dismissing authority. I am reminding you that your first authority is my voice. You fear disappointing them. You fear being misunderstood. You fear being called presumptuous. Hear me. Better to be misunderstood for obeying me than praised for remaining still. The people you are trying to please cannot carry the consequences of your delay. They will not stand in your shoes when the door closes. You do not need a panel to vote you into the will I have for you. When I call, your yes is sufficient. I will confirm, I will cover, I will correct with gentleness if your step wobbles. but move. If you keep waiting for the nod that makes your fear quiet, your fear will keep moving the finish line. Let their opinions be a breeze, not a chain. My word over you is the anchor. I have called you. I have appointed you. I have written this obedience with your name, and no one else can carry it for you. Fourth, release secret shame. Bring the hidden part into the light of my presence now. What is hidden grows heavier. What is confessed loses power. You have tucked something away, a failure you replay, a habit you hate, a memory that still burns, a choice that stained how you see yourself. You kept it in the dark because you thought my love would dim if I looked straight at it. My child, I knew before you told me, and I loved you at the very moment you fell. I love you now. I am not looking away, and I am not looking at you with disgust. I am looking with the eyes of a physician who knows exactly where the infection is and how to heal it. Speak it plainly to me. No rituals, no careful wording to make it smaller. Tell me the truth in one sentence. If tears come, let them come. If quiet comes, stay in it with me. Where you bring your shame to me, it loses its teeth. Where you confess, I cleanse. Where you expose, I cover. I will show you the small, safe step to bring this into trusted counsel when needed, but begin with me now. Do not let the enemy use secrecy as a leash. I break it. I remove the sting. I redefine you not by the worst thing you did or the worst thing that happened to you, but by the love that has never let you go. This is the exchange I am asking of you in this holy moment. Your control for my guidance, your survival shell for my fullness of life, your craving for permission for my commissioning, your secret shame for my cleansing. Each release makes room. Each letting go opens space in your hands for what I have been trying to place there. You cannot grab the door and clutch your fear at the same time. Open your hands. Even now, feel the tension melt as you decide, not with frantic emotion, but with a steady will. I will not keep what keeps me from God. I will make it plain. Take something to write with. Write the one instruction you have postponed. Name it exactly as it stands. Is it the application you keep saving for later? The call you dread because apology tastes like humility? The account you must close because compromise lives there? The appointment you fear because truth will require change? The step toward healing, help, or holiness that you have delayed until you feel ready? Write it. Do not decorate it with excuses. Circle the words. Draw a line under today's date. This is not a performance. This is a covenant of movement. Now put your hand over your heart and say out loud, I will not postpone what God has appointed. Say it once with fear and once with faith. Let the words echo down the corridors where later used to live. Feel how the atmosphere in you shifts, how resignation loosens, how my peace enters like air through a window finally opened. As you do this, I am not standing far off assessing your promise. I am here, closer than your breath, placing strength where you felt weakness, placing clarity where your thoughts were tangled. I am setting angels at the thresholds you will cross. I am aligning provision with your movement. I am softening hearts you cannot see. I am lifting the weight that has sat on your chest in the hour when obedience was a theory. It is no longer a theory. It is a step, then another, and I am with you in each one. Your release today is not only personal, it is generational. Patterns that held your family will begin to lose their grip as you stop bargaining with delay. Trauma lines that trace themselves through stories will blur as you stop giving secrecy the keys. The room you clear in your life becomes shelter for others behind you. This is why I have called you now. Do not argue with peace. Do not invite confusion back to the table when I have served you clarity. Do not fetch the old armor when I am clothing you with a new mantle. Control is leaving. Survival is resting. Permission is surrendered. Shame is exposed and healing. And in the cleared space, I place courage. I place joy. I place the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are not driving the universe. You are following the one who holds it. We are not done. Your next breath is part of this obedience. Stay with me. Keep the paper where your eyes will meet it. Speak the sentence I gave you again when you rise and when you lie down. I will not postpone what God has appointed. This is not a chant to impress me. It is truth to anchor you when old reflexes knock at your door. You will notice in the hours ahead how temptation to delay tries to dress itself as wisdom, how fear asks for a little more time. Smile gently and say no. You have released the weights. You are walking lighter. And as you move, you will watch how quickly peace fills the rooms you just cleared. I am with you. Obedience has begun. My child, stay. Do not move away from this moment. Stay, because I will speak to the fear that keeps you frozen and replace it with a steady mind. Breathe. Feel how the air in the room already feels different. That is not your imagination. Atmospheres change when hearts align. What shifted? You offered me a small yes, and a small yes placed in my hands becomes a key that turns systems you could not budge with years of thinking. Hear me. The kingdom I steward moves by exchange, not by bargaining. I do not trade wages for wages. I trade grace for surrender. You bring me panic, I place my peace in its seat. You bring me weakness, I lay my strength where you stagger. You bring me confusion, I place my wisdom as a lamp for the next step. You bring me shame, I cover you with honor that cannot be stolen. You bring me the clenched fist of control, I give you the open hand of guidance. This is the holy exchange. It is not theory, it is not poetry. It is how heaven meets earth in you, and it begins not with a grand performance, but with a yes that fits in your mouth right now. You have believed that massive chains require massive tools, but in my world, small obedience breaks big bondage. One honest prayer whispered, when the room is quiet, can do more than 1,000 vows made in fear. One apology spoken without defense can collapse a wall generations high. One boundary drawn with respect can choke the roots of manipulation that once felt like love. One step of honesty, deleting the hidden conversation, closing the door to the secret compromise, making the call to seek help, can rewire a storyline that has kept you circling the same desert. Do not despise the day of the small yes. Heavy doors swing on small hinges. I know how your mind has labored, analyzing, rehearsing, forecasting. Years of thinking did not move the boulder, because thinking without obedience often builds scaffolding around the very thing you want to remove. Obedience is the lever. Watch how it works. You say yes to the next right step, just one. Obedience creates clarity. The fog thins because you are no longer facing 10 roads at once. You are walking the one I lit. Clarity produces confidence, not the loud kind that boasts, but the quiet kind that knows God is with me. Confidence fuels consistency. You take the next yes tomorrow because today's yes did not crush you. It carried you. Consistency becomes momentum, and momentum makes what once felt impossible feel normal. This is how atmospheres change, not in a roar that burns out, but in a steady wind that sets a new direction. You say, "But Lord, I don't feel strong enough." Strength is rarely the precursor to obedience. It is often the consequence. If you wait to feel brave, you will let fear be your God. If you move with me now, fear will learn it is not your master. I do not ask you to sprint. I ask you to move your foot across the line of later into now. The ground will hold because I am the ground. Take the step and notice what happens in your body. How your breath deepens, how your shoulders lower, how your heart rate settles. Peace is not an award for finishing. Peace is a companion for obeying. My child, heaven is not a crowd of spectators grading your intentions. Angels are not impressed by your intentions. They respond to your yes. When you act on what I have spoken, assignments activate. Paths straighten. Provision that stood waiting receives orders to move. People you have not met yet feel a nudge to help. Doors that looked stubborn adjust on their hinges. You will call it coincidence. I call it coordination. I am the conductor. Your obedience is the cue that brings in the next instrument. Consider how a thermostat works. A small adjustment of a dial changes the climate of an entire house. Your yes is that adjustment. You are not wrestling the temperature into place by force. You are aligning with a system that responds to a signal. I am that system, holy, loving, sovereign. Your yes is a signal I honor. After you say it, you will see how temptation to delay grows quieter, how the voice of condemnation loses articulation, how the accuser stumbles over his arguments because there is less to accuse. Movement steals his leverage. This is why I spoke to you earlier about release. Release was you opening your hand. Obedience is you reaching for my hand. And when our hands meet, atmosphere shifts. Panic slows because peace has been enthroned where fear sat. Confusion dissolves because purpose has taken the seat confusion borrowed. You are not trying to manage chaos anymore. You are yielding to order, my order, where love leads and truth protects. Let me make it plain with the steps you fear. One prayer right now. Jesus, I choose your way, cracks open a sunrise in places that felt locked at midnight. One apology, I was wrong, please forgive me, rearranges years of cold distance. One boundary, I will not cross that line again, tells the future you that help has arrived. One step of honesty, I need support, I cannot hide this anymore, invites my healing river into deserts you normalized. Small yeses multiplied over days become testimonies that surprise you when you look back. You will say, I do not know when the weight lifted, and I will tell you, it lifted each time you obeyed. Stay close. Feel me steady your mind. The enemy thrives in the space between instruction and action. That gap is his workshop. He fills it with 100 questions that sound like wisdom and feel like caution but smell like fear. Close the gap. When you sense my nudge, answer swiftly, not recklessly, swiftly. Swift does not mean you abandon counsel. It means you do not let dread conduct another meeting in your head. You will find that quick obedience is quiet obedience. You move while the room is still calm, before panic has time to dress itself in arguments. You worry, what if I get it wrong? Then you will discover another mechanism of my heart, correction inside compassion. I do not wait at the end of the wrong hallway with arms crossed. I walk beside you, and when you turn the wrong way, I place a hand on your shoulder and guide you. Obedience is not the fragile glass you think it is. It is the path where grace has already accounted for your learning curve. Listen to me detail the exchange again, because repetition strengthens memory and memory steadies legs. Give me your panic, I place my peace. Give me your weakness, I apply my strength. Give me your confusion, I impart my wisdom. Give me your shame, I cover you with my love. Give me your timeline, I settle you in my timing. Give me your reputation, I clothe you in my name. Each exchange happens at the moment of surrender, not at the moment of applause. No audience required, no spotlight needed. The secret place is where the atmosphere first changes, then the visible follows. I want you to practice right now. Choose one postponed act, the one you wrote, the one you circled. Whisper your yes. If your throat tightens, whisper it again. If tears come, let them come. They are the river washing the path. Now imagine placing that yes like a seed into my hands. Seeds look small, but they carry forests. Your yes carries futures. It carries deliverance for people you have not met, who will one day sit in the shelter your obedience built. Do not evaluate the seed by its size. Evaluate it by the life it contains. As you continue, you will notice the pattern. Obedience becomes clarity. Clarity becomes confidence. Confidence becomes consistency. Consistency becomes character. Character becomes capacity. Capacity holds blessing without breaking. This is why I will sometimes ask you to repeat small obediences over days or weeks, not to test you cruelly, but to build in you a vessel that can carry what I am sending without spilling under pressure. Ripple by ripple, the atmosphere changes, and then a flood arrives. Peace like a river, provision like rain, opportunities like doors opening down a hallway as you walk. Do not be discouraged if others do not see this work immediately. The atmosphere within you shifts first. The room of your mind brightens. The corridors of your heart clear. Soon others will say, "Something is different about you," and they will be right. It will be the weight of my peace and the aroma of my presence. Let that be your confirmation. Not noise, but the settled knowing that you are aligned. I am with you, my beloved. I will not leave you to engineer your own breakthrough. You are not the architect of this rescue. You are the participant of my plan. Keep saying the small yes when it is quiet. Keep choosing the next right step when no one applauds. Each yes writes a line on the map I am unfolding, and as you move, watch how quickly the atmosphere yields. Watch how impossible loses its sound. Watch how the floodgate opens, not because you mastered fear, but because you obeyed me. My child, I feel what is rising in you after your yes. Do not be alarmed by the shaking. Fear has come to argue with the door. Hear me, this is not proof that you should turn back. This is the evidence that you are standing where something new begins. Fear is a signal, not a ruler. It rings loudest at thresholds. When destiny stands near, old alarms get triggered. Let the bell ring and do not let it drive. You say, "Why does it feel like this if you are with me?" Because your nervous system remembers what your spirit is outgrowing. You stood at doors before and were pushed. You trusted and were betrayed. You reached and a hand withdrew. You tried and the ground gave way. Your body learned to flinch, to brace, to scan the exits. I honor that wisdom. It kept you safe when love was scarce. But I am here now, and I am not the one who hurt you. My presence changes what this doorway means. Do not confuse the echo of yesterday with the voice of today. I am speaking also to the room where abandonment lives. The empty chair at the table in your memory, the unanswered call, the father or mother who could not hold you the way you needed. Those absences built a theology of disappointment inside you. You came to expect less so you would not be surprised by loss. You trained your hope to walk with a limp so it would not run ahead and get hit. My beloved, I see the limp. I see the way you pre-grieve blessings to protect yourself. And still I say, you are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are not disposable. I choose you. I name you mine. I cover you. Let these words, simple and heavy with love, sit on your chest like a warm hand. Still I call you mine. Still I choose you. Still I cover you. To the place of betrayal I pour oil. The friend who turned. The covenant someone treated as convenience. The secret that was weaponized. Those cuts taught you to guard tenderness with a blade. You held kindness behind barbed wire. You learned to test every face for angles. In survival, that was wisdom. In healing, that becomes a prison. I am not asking you to throw your gates wide without discernment. I am asking you to let me hold the key. Let me teach you the difference between danger and discomfort. Danger is where peace leaves. Discomfort is where growth begins. When you feel discomfort at this door, breathe and check for my peace. If my peace is present, you are safe to step, even if you tremble. And to the place of cycles, I speak mercy. You promised yourself you would not go back. You deleted the number, you poured out the bottle, you closed the tab. You set the alarm, and then one hard night came and you relapsed into what was familiar. Shame wrote a story. You are not sincere. You are broken beyond repair. That is a lie, and I break it now. You are not defined by your worst day, your weakest moment, or your longest struggle. You are defined by my love and my persistence. I do not measure the stumbles to disqualify you. I count the times you turn back to me to show you my heart. Even now I bend low, I lift your chin, I cleanse what you confess, and I place hope in your hands again. We are not starting over in shame. We are continuing in grace. Listen to me. I did not breathe into you a spirit of fear. I do not appoint terror to govern your choices. I breathe into you courage, love, and a clear, steady mind. Your mind may race, but I can steady it. Your heart may pound, but I can calm it. Stay with me for a moment and let me help you regulate the storm within. Place your hand over your heart. Close your eyes if you can. Breathe in slowly through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Now exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whisper, Jesus, hold my mind steady. Again, softer, like a child being soothed. Jesus, hold my mind steady. One more breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel the way your shoulders lower, the way your chest loosens. This is not a trick. This is partnership. I made your body. I made your breath. I inhabit your praise and your exhale. Peace is drawing near because you made room. Now, speak to fear with me, not as an enemy to fight in your own strength, but as a messenger whose job is finished. Tell it, thank you for the warning. You may stand aside. You do not lead. Fear can walk behind you as a witness that you entered new ground. It cannot sit in the driver's seat. I am your guide. I am your guard. I go before you like fire, and I gather you from behind like a shepherd who knows every step of his lamb. When accusation hisses, you are too late. Remember, I am the one who redeems time. When shame whispers, you are too messy. Answer with me, still I am chosen. When weariness mutters, you are too tired to try again. Lean into me. My strength will be made perfect in your weakness. Let these counterwords live on your tongue so that fear has no empty space to fill. This is not self-talk. This is truth talk. Identity over injury. Promise over past. You wonder, what if fear does not leave? Hear me. I am not waiting for the absence of fear to move with you. I am inviting you to move with me in the presence of fear. Courage is not a feeling. It is a choice, married to a trust. Each step you take with me retrains your body to believe what your spirit already knows. I am here. I am kind. I am strong. I am enough. Return now to the door you sensed, the one whose handle felt hot with meaning. Notice how the fear has changed flavor. It is still there, but it is quieter, because love has taken the chief seat. Your yes has weight now, not as pressure, but as authority. Take another breath. Place your hand on the handle in your imagination and say with me, I will not stop because I feel afraid. I will walk because I am led. That is the line that separates old seasons from new ones. And if memories flood of the text that shattered you, the room that went silent when you asked for help, the promise that evaporated at dawn, let them come and let them pass. Do not build a house for them here. I am building something else, a quiet place inside you where peace keeps watch and purpose sets the table. Sit there with me when storms rise. We will breathe. We will pray. We will listen. We will step. My child, I am not impatient with your trembling. I am not embarrassed by your tears. I am proud of the way you keep turning, keep reaching, keep lifting your foot to cross the line called later. This is what healing looks like, not the absence of sensation, but the presence of a stronger voice. Hear mine above the noise. You are mine. You are chosen. You are covered. I have not equipped you with fear to run your life. I have filled you with courage to obey, love to anchor, and a sound mind to discern. Hold my hand. We will walk. If fear speaks again, we will breathe and answer. If memories try to drive, we will thank them for their data and return to my direction. You are at the edge of a new door, and that is why everything in you is awake. Step with me. Transformation is not far away. It begins right here in this breath, in this yes, under the shelter of my peace. My child, stay close and listen. You are standing at the line where later becomes now, and I will not leave you guessing. I am giving you a clear, gentle plan for the next 24 hours. Follow it as an act of love, not performance. These steps are small on purpose. They are designed to keep the door from slipping out of sight. Guidance grows clearer when you obey the next step within the next day. Do not wait to feel ready. Ready is a door that opens when you walk. First, now, before your mind drafts 100 reasons to pause, give me 1 minute of surrender. 1 minute is holy when it is honest. Whisper or write or speak out loud if you can. Jesus, I bring you the thing I keep postponing. Name it, not with poetic language, with the plain word it wears in your life. Say the person's name you need to contact. Say the habit you must release. Say the application you've ignored. Say the boundary you have delayed. Say the calling you keep circling. Hold it up to me like a child handing over a heavy bag. Then continue. I invite you into this without bargaining. Lead me. I will follow. I lay down my timeline, my excuses, my fears. I receive your peace, your wisdom, your timing. Breathe while you say it. Do not rush the breath. This is the exchange beginning again. Your panic for my peace, your control for my hand. 1 minute, honest, named, surrendered. Heaven hears. Your body feels the shift. The door grows clearer because you stopped pretending it was a wall. Second, today, before the sun leaves, take 1 concrete action, not 10, not grand. 1. You already know which one is right because it has been nudging you while I speak. Choose it and do it within the hours that remain. Send the message you drafted and never released. Can we talk? Make the appointment you have feared. Call the counselor, the doctor, the mentor, the banker, whoever aligns with the door I have shown you. Delete the distraction that eats your courage. Remove the app. End the secret conversation. Block the number that keeps reintroducing chaos. Set the boundary you rehearsed. I love you and I will not cross that line again. Or, I will not be available for this after 6 p.m. Open the Bible you have avoided and read the next chapter with me listening. Do not chase a feeling, just sit and feed your spirit. Return to prayer with a simple pattern for 15 minutes. Thank me for 3 things, surrender 3 worries, listen in silence for 3 minutes. 1 act, completed today. If the hour is late and the action requires a business day, send the email tonight, place the calendar hold, write the note and set an alarm for the earliest open moment. That is still obedience today. Do not negotiate the edge by saying, I will think about it and start tomorrow. Thinking will grow legs and walk you away. Acting will anchor you where grace is waiting. Hear me with warmth and firmness. Do not bargain with delay. Delay will promise you comfort and charge you in chaos. It says, you will be more ready later, but readiness comes from doing the next right thing now. Obedience is not a personality trait some people are born with. It is a decision you make again and again until it becomes your story. Decide. Decide swiftly, gently, without drama. This is how courage grows quiet and strong in you. Third, before you sleep, examine your heart with me, not as a judge's bench, but as a gentle evening walk. Ask a simple question. Where did I delay today? Do not hide. Do not excuse. Also ask, where did I obey, even in small ways? Celebrate the yes. Bring the delay into the same light without shame. Repent like this. Jesus, I resisted here. I release it now. Forgive me. Train my reflexes to trust you quicker. I do not measure you with a ruler of condemnation. I parent you into strength. I am patient and precise. If you delayed, we correct course tonight. We do not wait for a spiral. If you obeyed, we mark it in joy. We do not let the enemy steal the song. Lay your day on my altar. Conversations, temptations, wins, stumbles. If the weight in your chest remains, place a hand there and breathe with me again. Whisper, Prince of Peace, sit with me. Let your last conscious thoughts be surrender, not worry. Rest is warfare against the enemy's plan to drain you before morning. Fourth, when you wake, consecrate the day before noise claims it. It does not require an hour. It requires intention. Sit up slowly. Place your feet on the floor as if you are placing them on holy ground, because I am already in the room. Speak this dedication. Lead me. Close the wrong doors. Open the right doors. Make me quick to obey. Then add one more line that fits your doorway. Give me the words to send, or give me the courage to cancel, or give me the resolve to delete, or give me the humility to apologize, or give me the consistency to return. Open your hands physically. That posture will teach your mind to release again. If you can, take 10 minutes for a simple rhythm. Read a passage slowly. Write one sentence of what it stirs. Sit for 2 minutes in silence. Ask me for the next single step. Write it, put it on your calendar. Bring your yes into time, not just into intention. Time is the field where seeds become harvest. My child, understand what these steps are doing. They close the gap the enemy loves to work in, the space between what you know to do and what you actually do. He fills that space with confusion, fear, and doubt. You, with me, will fill it with small acts of trust. As you do, you will notice how my guidance sharpens. What felt like a blur will begin to have edges. Names will come to mind. Phrases will form. Timing will make sense. You will call it clarity, but it is intimacy, the fruit of walking with me instead of just thinking about me. Guard this day. Turn down the volume of anything that feeds delay. If possible, set your phone to fewer notifications for these hours. Remove yourself from rooms, digital or physical, where procrastination is celebrated as humor. Speak kindly to yourself as we train new reflexes. When you feel the itch to postpone, name it out loud. This is delay trying to negotiate. Then answer it. I am loved. I am led. I move now. If you stumble, do not script a tragedy from a trip. Pause, breathe, return to step one. Even midday, 1 minute can reset an entire afternoon. I know you fear overcorrecting, becoming impulsive. Hear me. Swift does not mean reckless. Swift means you move while peace is present. I will check you if a door looks right but is wrong. I will place a hand on your shoulder and slow you. I will use counsel, circumstance, and inner witness to shepherd your pace. Your part is to refuse the stall. Mine is to keep you from the ditch. Together we will walk a straight path. I also know you want confirmation before you move. There is more to say about that, but here is what I give you today. Confirmation often meets you on the road, not on the couch. Take the step and watch how encouragement, alignment, and protection gather around motion. Do not wait to feel worthy of movement. Worthiness was never the price of obedience. Love is, and love is already yours. Now breathe. Return to the door you named. You have your plan. 1 minute now, 1 act today, 1 exam before sleep, 1 dedication in the morning. Repeat if needed. These are not hoops. They are handrails. Hold them and walk. My child, the window I have opened is for now. I am close, closer than your breath. I am kind. I am strong. I am enough. As you obey within these 24 hours, you will find your mind clearer, your chest lighter, your future less fogged. Not because the mountain vanished, but because you and I moved together, and atmosphere always yields where my presence leads. Do this today. I am with you in every step. My child, hear me now. The question you have carried, when will I know for sure, is answered in this holy order. You move, then you know. You step, then the ground appears. You lift the handle, then the hinges sing. You want a map on the table before you choose a road. I am giving you a lamp for your feet as you walk. The next stones glow when your foot leaves the last one. I am not playing games with your future. I am training you to trust me in motion. You say, but Lord, what if I misunderstand you? Listen to your shepherd. I do not send you where my presence cannot keep you. I go before you to clear what you cannot see. I stand behind you to gather what you drop. I surround your path with mercy on both sides. If a door looks right but is wrong, my peace will step back so you feel the check. If a path turns dangerous, I will raise a barrier that even your hurry cannot cross. You are not walking alone in a maze. You are walking with me in a story I am writing, line by line as you obey. Understand this pattern in your bones. Confirmation follows obedience. When my people stepped toward waters too high, I held the river back after their feet touched its edge. When a widow poured oil into empty jars, the increase came while she poured, not while she reasoned. When fishermen cast the net again at my word, the weight of the catch arrived because they threw, not because they pondered. Do you see? Movement makes room for miracles. Obedience makes room for answers. Your yes pulls clarity out of the fog. And I speak now to the fog that has stalked your mind. Confusion, your time is over. Accusation, be silent. Doubt that loops like a broken record, be stilled in my name. My child, the mental haze that made every choice feel like a trap is breaking under my hand. The static is lifting. The spinning is slowing. Your mind is being reclaimed for peace and direction, not the fragile peace that comes from avoiding decisions, but the solid peace that holds while you walk. Feel how the air in your chest loosens. That is not you becoming careless. That is me becoming louder than your fear. You have been waiting for a voice from the sky before you take a single step, but I have already given you the next right thing. As your fingers begin to type the message, the sentence will finish itself. As your feet begin to walk toward the meeting, the words you feared you would not find will arrive at the door with you. As you open the file you have avoided, ideas you thought were gone will rise like birds at dawn. This is how I confirm in motion. I send alignment. I send provision. I send protection to meet you on the road. People you did not plan to meet. Timing you could not have arranged. Peace that does not match the pressure. You will call it coincidence. I call it care. Do not demand thunder when I have put a whisper inside your chest. The trembling you felt as you named the door, that was me. The warmth that came when you chose one small action, that was me. The sudden stillness that wrapped around you as you breathed with me, that was me. You are not guessing in the dark. You are following a kind light. Keep moving toward the light. You protest, what if I look foolish? What if I start and then have to stop? Hear my tenderness and my firmness. I prefer your living, learning steps to your paralyzed perfection. It is easier to steer a ship that has left the harbor than one chained to the dock in the name of certainty. If you veer, I will correct. If you pause, I will prompt. If you run too fast, I will slow you with a hand on your shoulder. Remember what I told you. Your part is to refuse the stall. Mine is to keep you from the ditch. I am Jesus, your Lord, your Creator, your Redeemer. I do not abandon what I author. There is a seal I ask you to make now as a sign that you agree with me. Write it where you are able. Speak it if you cannot write, but mark it in the earth of your life. I choose now. Or no more delay. Say it, type it, etch it into time as your amen. This is not for show, this is for your soul. You are closing the gap where the enemy has negotiated your courage away. You are telling your body what your spirit has already embraced, that we move together today. I also speak a shield over you as you obey. I cover the conversations you fear will twist. I guard the doors you open so that what is meant for you enters and what is not meant passes by. I assign help, counsel that is wise, friends who are faithful, circumstances that clarify. I bind the hands that would try to drag you back into cycles. I place a guard at the threshold of your mind so that obsessive replay loses its audience. My presence is not a vague warmth. It is protection, direction, and provision intertwined. Feel my nearness in this. I am reclaiming your thought life. Where confusion once nested, truth will sit. Where panic wrote long paragraphs, peace will shorten them into one clear sentence. Where you second-guessed every instinct, you will find a steady inner go and a definite no. I am training your senses to recognize my fingerprints, what aligns with my character, what carries my peace, what bears the fruit of righteousness and rest. You will not have to force it. You will simply notice. It fits, it glows, it breathes my life. And listen, because I love you, I will also confirm externally. After you move, expect echoes, a call at the right time, a door that opens smoother than expected, a verse or phrase you hear twice from different mouths, a problem that resolves faster than logic allows. Do not worship these signs. Follow me, but I will send them as kisses on the forehead, as the Father saying, yes, this way. If resistance meets you, do not assume you left my will. Check for my peace. If peace remains, press through. If peace lifts, pause and ask. Either way, you are covered. My child, do not return to the chair of analysis that kept you cold. Stand, walk. Watch me meet you with mercies timed to your steps. Each hour you obey, the atmosphere around you changes. Confusion loosens its grip. Fear loses its script. Courage strengthens its spine. Doors recognize you because you are walking with the one who opens and no one can shut. This is how breakthrough unfolds, not always as a single explosion, but as a series of faithful steps that suddenly become a path you can feel under your feet. Stay with me to the end, because in the closing prayer I will speak over your life what heaven has always called it, not what fear named it, not what shame stamped on it, not what delay whispered over it. I will rename the room you are entering. I will bless the work of your hands. I will break the pattern of postponement at the root. Until then, keep breathing, keep moving, keep saying your seal. I choose now. I am with you. I go before you. I stand behind you. And as you obey, your confirmation will rise to meet you like the dawn that never fails to come. Jesus, our Lord, our Creator, our Redeemer, we come to you now. We still ourselves before your presence. If we can, we open our hands, both hands, palms up as a sign that we release what we have been gripping. We do not perform, we surrender. We lay at your feet the thing we have postponed, the door we have kept touching and then withdrawing from, the person we need to call, the boundary we must set, the habit we must end, the step we must take today. We bring you our timelines, our fears, our bargaining, our proud need to control outcomes. We set them down. Take them from our hands, Lord. We choose your will over our delay. We choose your voice over our inner noise. We choose now. Father, we repent for trusting hesitation more than your heart. We confess the agreements we made with tomorrow, the small lies we told ourselves to avoid the trembling of obedience. Forgive us, wash us, lift off the cloak of shame we wrapped around our procrastination. We do not hide, we come into your light. Where self-hatred grew from our delays, uproot it. Where accusation kept rehearsing our failures, silence it. We receive your mercy like fresh air in our lungs. We receive the dignity you restore as you call us your beloved, not our worst patterns. We let go, we let go, we let go. Now, Jesus, we ask for your covering. Place your hand upon our minds. Guard the doorways of thought. Rebuke confusion, looping doubt, obsessive replay. Let your peace stand like a watchman at the gate of our thinking, steadying and clear. Over our home, we ask for holy atmosphere. Let heaviness lift, let distraction thin, let contention grow quiet. Over our sleep tonight, set a canopy. No tormenting dreams, no midnight dread, no early hour panic. Give us restorative rest that becomes warfare against the enemy's draining schemes. Over our decisions in the next hours, we ask for your great gentleness and strength. Checks where we drift, green lights where you lead, the courage to move where peace remains. In your name, we stand against the patterns that kept us stuck. We break the grip of delay that says later, and we answer it now with today. We cut off the whisper of fear that tells us to rehearse losses before they arrive. We renounce distraction that scatters our attention just when we approach the door. We resist heaviness that lays like a fog over our purpose. We command every oppressive weight to lift in the name of Jesus. Let the atmosphere of our heart return to simple trust. Let our inner compass find true north in your voice again. Holy Spirit, breathe courage into these open hands. Not loud, reckless courage, but the quiet strength that chooses the next right thing. We ask for the grace to do today the one postponed act. Put the sentence on our tongues. Put the number in our fingers. Put the step on our feet. Give us divine appointments, conversations that flow, timing that aligns, doors that open with surprising ease. Arrange meetings that carry wisdom. Send counsel that is faithful and discerning. Keep us steady when resistance tries to rattle. We do not seek drama, we seek obedience. Make us quick to obey, slow to explain away. Steady under pressure, kind under scrutiny, humble under praise. Lord, heal our hearts as we move, where grief still hums like a low note in our chest over the promise that vanished, the friend who left, the year that felt lost. Pour oil. Where disappointment built a theology that expected less, rebuild hope on truth. You are present, you are kind, you are not late. Where self-condemnation narrates our days with cruelty, interrupt with your tenderness. Speak better words over us. Trade our panic for your peace, our confusion for your clarity, our exhaustion for your rest. Train our bodies to trust again. Calm the flinch that formed at old doors. Ease the bracing that hardened in betrayal. Soften the vigilance that never allowed joy to stay. Touch our nervous system with your gentleness. Let the tremble be retrained by love. We ask you to rename us in the room we are entering, not what fear called us, not what shame stamped on us, not the caricature of procrastinator, not the label of too late, not the verdict of always failing. Call us by the name heaven wrote, faithful, courageous, obedient, beloved, covered, sent. Breathe on the work of our hands. Align our calendars with our calling. Sanctify our devices, our inboxes, our phones, tools of obedience, not conduits of delay. Bless our feet with paths of peace. Bless our eyes with single focus. Bless our ears to catch your whisper in the noise. We lift up every place where analysis became a prison. Break the chair of endless thinking that kept us cold and still. Teach us to think with you and then move with you. Keep us from impulsivity as you free us from paralysis. Let your checks be gentle and unmistakable. Let your confirmations arrive in motion. We give you permission to close wrong doors firmly and open right doors smoothly. Lead us along level ground. If we veer, correct us. If we stall, prompt us. If we run, pace us. We trust your shepherding. We ask for protection around the conversations we will have today. Guard our words from fear and our tone from panic. Keep manipulation and misunderstanding far from our steps. Draw near to those we must confront with truth. Let love lead. Draw near to those we must release. Let peace attend. Draw near to those we must ask for help. Let humility and favor meet. Surround our stepping with your shield, before, behind, and on both sides. Jesus, in your authority, we now address the pattern of delay that has held so many stories hostage. Break it at the root. Uproot the agreements with later. Dismantle the excuses that sounded wise but served fear. End the cycles of starting and stopping that trained us to distrust ourselves. Let a new pattern write itself into our days. Hear, obey, watch you provide. Hear, obey, watch you confirm. Hear, obey, watch you protect. Make this our reflex, swift, gentle, faith-filled, yes. We receive your peace now. Let it settle on our chest like a warm hand. Let it guard our thoughts and our emotions. Let it quiet the stormy places and illuminate the next stone underfoot. Let it become our home, not the emergency blanket we only look for in crisis. We will not worship signs, we will walk with you, but we thank you for the kisses of confirmation you have promised along the way, echoes that say, yes, this way as we move. And now, by your mercy and in your name, I speak blessing and commission over the one praying with me. You are not alone. You are not late. You are not abandoned. You are covered by Jesus, your Lord, your Creator, your Redeemer. Go in peace. Do it now. Walk with Him. And when the old voice says, tomorrow, answer, today belongs to the Lord. I declare over you that the window open before you will not be missed through distraction. I declare over you that fear will no longer sit in the driver's seat. I declare over you that wisdom will steady your pace and favor will greet your steps. I declare over you that your sleep will be sweet, your mornings consecrated, your decisions guided, your boundaries honored, your courage multiplied. Let this moment be sealed. We draw a line in the sand and step across it. We mark this hour as the turning point where surrender replaced delay, where obedience replaced argument, where peace replaced confusion. We say amen to your leadership. We say yes to your instruction. We say no to the voices that kept us outside what you already unlocked. Seal this, Lord. Seal it in our memory, in our schedule, in our conversations, in our bodies. Let the fruit of this prayer be visible in the next 24 hours and beyond. We finish with gratitude. Thank you for interrupting us with love. Thank you for naming us rightly. Thank you for going before us, standing behind us, walking beside us. Keep us close, keep us quick to listen, quick to obey, quick to return if we wander. All glory to you, Jesus. All trust to you, all timing to you. In your holy, beautiful, rescuing name we pray. Amen. Now rise, beloved, breathe, take the step. The door is open. Go in peace.